Why did I quit my job to become a full-time entrepreneur? Here's why. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sebi, and I am a full-time entrepreneur. I have been for years, since 2019 now, ongoing, and it's definitely been a ride. I used to work at Target while I was in high school back in 2019, and it was a pretty cool job. I was just, regular cashier stuff, doing desk work, XYZ, making roughly about 13 bucks an hour. But for some reason, I always knew I was meant for more. Like I'd always be attracted to more so, I guess, finer things in life, like, fine dining and taking care of my family financially, and being able to take trips and being able to afford nice things. That's the stuff that I always kind of wanted, right? So I always knew, like, more was meant for me. But working my job definitely taught me a lot of skills, working with people, dealing with different characters. If you work retail, you got to deal with different kinds of people each and every single day. So you got to know how to handle those type of emotions and pretty much be a solution oriented individual. So that definitely helped me. But making about $13 an hour wasn't it. So I knew for a fact that I definitely had to go. So what ended up happening was I joined a network marketing company while I was also working my job and while I was also in high school at the same. I was just a hustler. I just wanted to make it out. So I joined the network marketing company. So now that got me into sales. So I started making money from that as well. And I was also telling some of my coworkers about it. I'm like, yo, guys, look, we're making like $13 an hour, but this network marketing company I got, look, bro, we could make hundreds of thousands of dollars, even millions if we really put our minds to it. So what ended up happening was word got around. My manager started kind of hating on me. I was like kind of putting my coworkers on. They didn't like that. So I started getting like heavily managed nonstop. Like I'd be packing shelves or something like that, or taking orders for customers, and the managers would just be watching me. I'm like, all right, I already know I'm about to get fired. Like they kept nitpicking at everything that I did, this and that. I said, you know what? F it. I'm just going to quit. So I did. I quit. I left. I told them initially I was going to put my 2 weeks notice in. They didn't even want that. So they just told me, like, don't come back. I'm like, all right, well, I'm out. I don't care. Was it kind of scary? It was. But I have a mentality of if it doesn't scare you, it's not worth doing. So I said, you know what? Let me just go full-fledged into this. And I took my network marketing business seriously. I took it to the moon. And I began making way more than I was making at my job, right? I've had days I made $2,000, had days I made $3,000. With my inside that network marketing company. And I said, you know what, like this is lit. Like I like the idea of running, this business. But transparently speaking, the company began to have its faults. Things were kind of going down. And I had an epiphany. It was like, all right, if I do something, I need to have control over it, right? And with the network marketing company, people like the owners and the payouts were getting, it was getting conflicted. So I said, you know what, I can't do this, right? So I ended up putting that on the back burner. I said, I need to run a business that I own, that I control. I'm tired of somebody else having the say so of when I get paid and when I don't. And that was the reason that I quit my job. I didn't want to keep having somebody tell me what to do. So I said, you know what, I've loved cars growing up. I have so many dream cars I'd love to drive or be able to afford. And why not make it a business? So that's when it hit me. Boom. Car rentals. So I said, all right, you know what? I'm going to jump into car rentals. I'm going to get into this business and I'm going to run it up. I don't care what it takes. I don't care what I got to do. I'm going to run it up and it's going to be mine. And I'm going to name it after my family, which I did. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take this business and go crazy. So initially, what happened was, like I said, after my network marketing company fell, and I'll be transparent with you guys, I was still young, and I didn't have management when it came to money, right? I didn't have money management. I was poor with that. I didn't understand how it worked. So I blew all that money. All that money was blown. And I began delivering groceries to kind of get my finances back up. And what I ended up doing was when I got into my car rental business, in order for me to start, I needed a car. So I couldn't afford one. Like I couldn't afford to buy one cash or nothing like that. So I just said, you know what? Let me go ahead and finance one. Let me go use my credit and let me go ahead and finance a new car. So that's what I did. I got my first car, which was a Honda. and I still have it right now. It's actually booked as we speak, as I'm recording this live. That car is actually out for some time. And that one car just changed my life. I'll be honest with you. There's no way to sugarcoat it. That one car put me in a position to make six figures. That one car put me in a position to now be able to drive Lamborghinis, Rolls Royces, Corvettes. That one car put me in position to now not have to work at something that I don't want to do. You know, and it wasn't the easiest thing to start. I had a lot of faults beginning, like people giving me fake insurances, fake driver's license, and I didn't understand in the beginning how to really operate. Car accidents, tolls, speeding cameras, red light cameras. If you're from New York, you know, like we get those like crazy, those red light cameras, speeding cameras. That shit, yo, I'm talking in thousands of dollars I lost just because I didn't really know how to handle those type of things. So, and that was my beginning journey, and I'm grateful for it because I'd rather go through the BS in the beginning of starting a business opposed to like later on. You get what I'm saying? I'd rather like F me up now. You know what I'm saying? Like make me go through the hardships, the annoying stuff, and you know, the cons, so to say, in the beginning stages of my business, so that I'm now more seasoned. I have more thicker skin, so I can go through things better. You know what I mean? So I'm glad I went through that stuff early on because it taught me, and I was able to progress and build the fleet, you know, fast. My fleet grew quickly. Like I said, I started with a Honda Accord, then I ended up getting a Mercedes, then it went to a Scat Pack, then we got Corvette, got a BMW X5M, got a C43 added to my fleet. I started getting partnerships. You get what I mean? Black trucks, more economy cars. Like it started going crazy. And it all started with that one car of me just taking that one risk, but more so saying I want to be in control. That's the main thing. You know, we have one life on this earth, right? Like we live every day, but we die once. So if we're going to live every day, I want to live a life that I enjoy. I want to make it what I want it. In this world that we live in, you narrate your life. And I learned that years back, like right after I quit my job, I learned that you narrate your life. You speak what you want into existence. The things that you think in your mind can come into fruition with enough power, with enough energy of you thinking of it. So I know, okay, if I wanted to make 100 grand a year, 200 grand a year, 400 grand a year, if I wanted to do these things, I have to put myself in position to do it. I have to think of these things. I have to say out of my mouth with my tongue that this stuff can happen. So I wanted control of my life. I wanted to be able to travel. I wanted to be able to afford nice things. I wanted to be able to, most of all, take care of my family whenever that they want. I don't want them to have to need things, you know, like I wanted life to be more just relaxed and easier for those around me and myself, of course. But, you know, I really put my peoples before me because I just love them so much. So me wanting those things and me thinking about it consistently, me always working at different things day by day to get closer to that goal, eventually put me in position to now be able to do the things that I've always wanted to do. And I say that to say we need to have the mentality that what we want, it's there, it's achievable, it's obtainable, no matter what position that we're in now. You might be broke right now. Shit, I was delivering groceries, bro. I was making $13 an hour, but I made it happen. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. It's more than doable. I don't come from the best place, all right? I didn't grow up super rich at all, by no means. So I say this to say, you just got to put your mind, I know it might sound cliche as hell, but you got to just really put your mind to it. That's what I can say. You got to be obsessed. You got to be obsessed. Like, I used to play video games crazy. I'm a gamer at heart. I had to stop playing video games. That was hard for me. Right? I built my gaming PC from scratch, man. It was a good PC. I was getting games on there, man, playing auto. You know, I used to be a real gamer, but I have to say, you know what? Games will never go away. You know what I mean? Like, that stuff will never, it will always be there. So I said, you know what? Let me put my mind to what's actually going to benefit me now so that I can chill later. So while I'm in my 20s, I'm going to work my ass off in my 20s. So in my 30s and my 40s, I can chill. You know what I mean? Now I can go play games all day and do whatever, because now I have my businesses set. I have my passive and residual income set. I have my investments here and there, my assets. So now I'm more comfortable, right? So Now, as of currently, I'm full-time into my car rental business, and I'm also a car rental business coach. So I teach people how to also start their fleet and, get everything going. So I have my own business, and I teach people how to start their own as well. So I have a good amount of students who've been, man, I'm super excited to even call them a student, because like they're super amazing. I have students who've, same position as me. One of my students, Jim, he was, used to work a job, and now I see him. I watch the Instagram stories. My boy is driving Lamborghinis, Porsche 911s, Corvettes, Audi R8s. He's going crazy, and it only took him a couple of months. You get what I mean? I also got students like my boy Mike. Man, my guy Mike out of Georgia got a fleet like over 10 cars now. It's like every week or two he's getting a new car added to his fleet. So like things like this makes me excited, because when you have somebody that's like a coach, you win quicker. You avoid the silly rookie mistakes, and you win quicker. You get what I mean? So like if you're looking to progress in something, it doesn't matter what it is that you're trying to do in life, get somebody who has the knowledge, somebody who's been through what you're trying to go through already, so that you can cut out the BS and get straight to it. Overall, do I regret quitting my job and becoming a full-time entrepreneur? Not at all. Not a second of it do I regret it. This allowed me to free up my time, buy my time back, be able to spend time with those that I love, and also do the things that I more so enjoy to do. So I'm definitely grateful for it, especially in this economy now. I mean, things are getting very expensive, so even if I were to just work my job, which granted I could have probably gotten good promotions at, I was a good worker, other than me trying to promote my business to my coworkers. But other than that, I mean, I could have had a pretty good pay, but even with it, I feel like I'd still be limited to do the things that I currently do now. I wouldn't be able to travel freely on a random weekday. I wouldn't be able to just have that time to spend with the people that I truly care about. You get what I mean? So it's more so like, yes, the money is great, but it's also what the money really it allows you to do. I mean, you don't want to fall in love with money, right? I feel like nobody should really fall in love with money, because then you don't want to have a crazy emotion towards it, but use it as a tool to allow you to do the things that you want to do and free up your time, and use it to multiply and do other things. You get what I mean? So I was able to leave my job and run businesses, go through things, which I feel like everybody should at least try once in their life. Try a business, try starting something, right? It doesn't have to be what everybody does because you feel like, oh, it's going to be accepted socially. No, like try whatever. Like nowadays you can have a knitting business. Like you can knit clothes and make a course on how to knit online, and you can start making 5 figures a month doing that. You get what I mean? Like it's anything can sell nowadays, and the digital era is insane. So I'd say leverage it to the max. But find the business that works for you. For me, it was car rentals. I've always loved cars. I enjoy driving cool cars. I just like driving cars in general. I just like driving. You get what I mean? I don't care if it's a Toyota Corolla or it's a Corvette C8. I just enjoy driving, and I feel like if I enjoy doing something and I make that my business, then it would never feel like a job. You get what I mean? And it doesn't. So I'm able to help other people make money with whether they got to rent my cars to work with it, or I help create memories for people, whether they rent one of my cars for their wedding or prom or graduation or an event, business meeting. Like, I'm always of service to somebody. And I'm a firm believer that if you help others, you will be helped in return. So I feel like that's what's been working. So yeah, I quit my job, been able to become a 6-figure earning entrepreneur after doing so. So do I regret it? No. Do I recommend it? I do. I feel like everybody should not quit your job up front, but try a business, work your job at the same time while you got a business going on the side, and I would not recommend quitting your job unless you can, your business can cover your expenses. You know what I mean? That's my take. I was more crazy. I just left because I kind of had high hopes, and it worked out. It ended up working out, but might not be the same situation for everybody. But I will be dropping more videos. If you guys want to learn more about car rental business or about entrepreneurship in general, Or should I post more lifestyle content? Or you want to learn about credit, business credit, how to structure your LLC, all that kind of stuff. I got all that information. So I'm about to actually head out. I'm gonna go to lunch and probably gonna edit this video before I head out. So see you guys later, man. Peace out.